talk about the Cavs every day here on the show, and the season is it's really been exciting to watch you guys this year. With the rookies and the way everyone's playing for Byron Scott this year. I mean, can you talk about kind of the change this year from last year and how it's been and why you guys are so much more exciting and fun to watch?
Well, I really think it's just it's attributed to the fact of just us having a second year with Coach Scott. The first year is always tough because you're trying to figure out his system and then try to implement it at the same time. So, you're thinking a lot out there on the floor. And so this year you add a guy like Kyrie and Tristan, and then, we get out there on the floor and you have the veterans who already know the system now. We're able to help those guys. And, I mean, it works well together. And I think everybody's bought in and we're playing real hard. So, every night is real competitive.
Now, speaking of Coach Scott, we watch all the Cavs games, and I swear you can feel his intensity through the television sometimes.
It's frightening.
It is. And I'm not even playing.
Yeah.
Does he come to each player? Because obviously, your defense has been spectacular this year so far. Does he come to each player maybe separately or anything and say, I expect this out of you, this is your strong points, and he kind of, bases his evaluation on each player from what he tells them that he expects from them?
Well, I don't. I mean, he's the coach, so occasionally, he'll come up to you and tell you, what he wants from you and expects from you. But I think he never really refines us to just that one particular thing. I think he allows us to go out there and play with freedom. But the thing that you did say about his intensity, like he expects a lot from you when you out there on the floor. He expects you, to work as hard as you can and play as hard as you can. And I think we all just enjoy playing for him because he cares so much about, us as players, us as people, and then just the product that we put out there on the floor.
One of the things that we've heard talk about during some of the broadcasts with you, Boobie, that they've attributed your defense to this year, because like Ryan said, your defense has just been monstrous during games, is that in the offseason, you did a lot of boxing training. What led you to that, and how do you see it translating to helping you on the basketball court?
Well, at the time from the lockout, a lot of my friends from back home are amateur boxers, and so I just got in the gym with them. And we go on the early, like 6 o'clock in the morning, 5-mile runs, which help your body endurance, help you last longer. We do a lot of foot quickness with jump roping, and then the hands, with the boxing. So it helps you with your hand speed as far as stealing balls and getting deflections and stuff like that. So I think it just made me a lot lighter on my feet. Like I'm real lean this year. I'm like almost no % body fat. So I mean, it just gave my whole body just that endurance to be able to withstand and last a lot longer.
Did you ever accidentally knock one of your friends out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't an accident either. I actually got in the ring. They underestimated me because I was a basketball player. But yeah, I'm pretty good when I get to throwing them hands. I'm pretty quick. I can get away too.
All right, so you're not to be messed with if it like a scrap breaks out on the court or anything.
Yeah, I mean they fine you a lot of money for those on the court scraps. So you won't see me involved in very many of those. But if we can put some gloves on and get in the ring, yeah, I won't back down.
That's a smart way to be, Boo. There's no point throwing a punch if I got to write a check afterwards.
Yeah. Nah, my little son and my wife, they weren't like that. So I stay away from those on-court brawls.
Now, we're talking about this stuff. Obviously, you're having fun. We're having fun. And you can watch the team this year. And you guys, I mean, there were times last year, let's not kid ourselves, where it was probably just like, oh, good, another game. But this year, you guys are having fun. You look like it's just a joy to go out there and play with each other. How far along has this team come since, we'll say, like the bad streak last year to this nice start this year?
I really think that the team that we have now, it all started from that bad streak. I mean, which is great. It's great to say now, but I just think that over that period of time, I think the guys that were a part of that, we all learned, how valuable, winning is in this league, and how much, how the hard work it takes, what I'm saying, to win at this level. And then, like I said, we added the young guys and we showing them the ropes. So it's a lot of fun out there playing because everybody's bought in, and there's not one guy that's on the court that's not playing as hard as he can play every second. You know what I mean? There's not one guy that doesn't want to be, you know, a Cleveland Cavalier. And it's just a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful situation to be a part of.
You know, Booby, you mentioned the rookies, Kyrie and Tristan. Talk for a second about how much they've meant to the team this year, and everything we've heard from them, you know, is that they're quick learners, they're humble, they're hardworking, and is all those things true about those two, and how much are they helping bring this team along, even as rookies?
Yeah, I mean, they're vital parts, you know, vital pieces. You know, when guys are drafted pretty high, you know, they're drafted with high expectations, and I think, you know, those two guys were drafted with the you know, the expectations of coming in and playing early. And nobody knew very much about Kyrie, you know, being that he didn't play much in in college. Even myself, I didn't know what to expect. But, I mean, the first day of training camp, and he was right on. You know, his pace, his game, everything, I could tell that he was going to be, you know, a star right away. And then Tristan, I mean, he just outworks everybody, man. He went to Texas, so, you know, he got that honest.
Well, I figured
that was coming. Yeah, there we go. You got to get one in, right?
Just one.
You know, Booby,
yeah.
I watched Cavaliers Access over the last one they just aired, and I wanted to commend you, too. Also, I saw the special where you took the busload of families, the less fortunate, and you took them all and gave them a shopping spree up in Cleveland, and that's just amazing. That's a great testament of someone here that knows Cleveland, knows Ohio, knows the struggles of people, but know how much we love our teams, and to give back. I just wanted to commend you for that and just say that's really nice to see somebody who gets it and gives back to the community, and that had to be a great feeling for you to be able to help those people out during the holidays.
Man, I'm just thankful. I'm thankful because, I myself, you know, I came up in a very, you know, tough situation. But, you know, and when you get to this point, I've been blessed with an opportunity to be able to help, you know, and give people, you know, a chance and opportunities. So, I mean, any chance I get, I think for me, that's the best part about being a professional athlete is you giving the stage and an opportunity to help people, you know, to help people live their life just a little bit better, to put a smile on somebody's face, to just watch me hit a three-pointer. You know, that's what that's what it's all about for me. I really enjoy you know, what I do.
Yeah, we smile every time you hit a three.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah. All right, I got to ask you this just real quick before we let you go because we know you don't have a lot of time. But
I got as much time as you need.
Oh, well, then
don't say that.
You'll be hosting the second hour with us.
You'll be doing the show.
Yeah. Well,
I get it.
All right. I'll ask you a real question, and then I'll ask you this kind of like off-the-wall question. But you mentioned how everybody wants to be a Cavalier that's on that team, how committed the Coach Scott is and everything. Does it kind of give you a little extra incentive knowing that you get the support from like Dan Gilbert, who's willing to do anything to win? You have a good GM in Chris Grant. Because you see a lot of teams in the NBA that their structure's not there, and you're just kind of like, well, you're not really sure of the future. But is it reassuring knowing that from top down, everybody's committed to the same goal?
Without a doubt, you know, it gives you that just that security, you know, just understanding that everybody is in it, that's committed the same amount, you know, for the same goal, you know, and that's to win and that's to bring a championship here to Cleveland. And so when you have, like, I have a lot of people around the NBA that play for other teams, and so you hear, like, you know, the different stories of how it is. And everybody that speaks about, you know, our organization, they say it's first class. You know, they say we have the best of everything. You know, they don't spare no expense. And so, you know, that's another reason why, you know, we get out there and we bust our tails, because everybody's committed to that goal, and that's winning.
That sounds great, but I got to ask you, quick trivia question, okay? Can you tell us Fausto Carmona's real name?
Can I tell you who? What was that?
Fausto Carmona, the Indians pitcher. Do you know his real name?
Nah.
You didn't hear about any of this?
No.
Oh, this is great.
He's in jail, Booby. He's in jail for false identity.
He's in jail for false identity.
His real name is Roberto Hernandez Heredia, and he's 31, not 28.
This broke literally at 4 o'clock.
This is a picture for the Indians?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so we were just curious if you heard anything, because I know you were at practice, and we were excited because you were calling in, and then all of a sudden the news feed lights up, and yes, Indians star pitcher Fausto Carmona arrested, false identity, lied about his name and age, and now he's in jail.
Wow. See, I hear a lot of stories about, this type of thing happening, but I've never actually seen it actually happen.
Yeah.
Be in the city when it go down. That's crazy.
Yeah, you're gonna have a front row seat tonight, my friend. Oh, Booby, we cannot.
That is your name, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, yeah,
if this is Daniel
me.
Gibson. Hey, Booby, we cannot thank you enough. We're big fans of yours. We appreciate you just taking the time to call us up here in Youngstown. Ton of Cavs fans down here, and we just wish you the best of luck the rest of the year, man.
No problem, man. Us as a team, us as an organization, we really appreciate the support every night. Even last year, when it wasn't going well, we just, we thankful to be in this position. So I appreciate any time I can be on.
All right. Thanks a lot, Daniel. Have a good game tomorrow night against the Bulls.
No problem. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
That's Daniel Booby Gibson. Daniel Booby Gibson.